All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank y'all so much for coming over. Word on the street is that Diddy's time has been pushed back, as in he's getting more time, like his release date has changed. Got this video here, want to check out. Appreciate you guys coming over. Don't know if you guys have heard the news already. Like I said before, as the stuff comes out, I'll try to do my best to cover and react to it. Yeah. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Well, Diddy has completely screwed up the first impressions part of checking into a new prison because he is in trouble yet again. This time it has to do with a three-way phone call.
Jesus, Charles.
What? It's a pregnant pause. It happens.
Don't say pregnant.
Yes, a three-way phone call that is a major no-no. You cannot have three-way phone calls. Obviously, prisoners have rights to have phone calls, but you can't patch in someone else.
So there have been stories out.
So he got to know that, right? It's not like he can be like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm pretty sure they break down the rules to them with the phone calls and stuff like that. So I feel like, the fact that he's in there, I'm just wondering, is he just trying to see what he can get away with? Because, it was already, they were talking about the damn alcohol, toilet wine or whatever. Now you got this. I'm just trying to see, again, how much, is it like he does something and be like, look, I slide you something on the side. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's see.
This morning that this three-way call had to do with Diddy being upset about something with the New York Times, or wanted to somehow get in touch with the New York Times.
Wanted to give them a statement.
And that he had a publicist or somebody on one and somebody else. We have now confirmed, I've got some information here. Number one, there was a three-way call. It was a personal call involving two family members. It had nothing to do with an article. It was a personal call with two family members, and he, according to this one source who is directly connected to Diddy, just didn't know about the three-way call restriction.
Huh?
So that's what this was about.
Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that? I don't. Like I say, you know the rules and regulations, because I believe that they explained them to you very thoroughly. So yeah. And I'm pretty sure he's talked to people while they were in prison. When he was on the outside. Yeah.
Less here than meets the eye.
So was that family member going to give a statement to the New York Times, or is the New York Times
It was
thing
not
a
about.
cover?
It was not about an article. It was a purely, quote, purely personal matter.
So the New York Times part, Derek, is in the documents, right?
Yes, but I think
So-
this also dovetails with something else in the documents, which is about the three-way call being about family visits. And it could be that phone call, right, where Diddy apparently said, bring $200 worth of singles, and that could be an infraction as well, because you're not allowed to bring paper currency. You can only bring coins for the vending machine. So now this is all starting to dovetail that this three-way call didn't have to do with a New York Times piece and wanting to put a comment in.
It was probably about bringing money, because I do know something else, by the way, that, this is interesting, that two of the baby mamas were visiting Diddy, and that when we published the story, which we're going to talk about in a minute, that he had been cited for drinking alcohol, that they were on their way to see him, and they let Diddy see them a day or two later. So this all kind of makes sense. This was a personal phone call.
This is
and
all
had nothing to do with an article.
This is all really falling into place. Now, this is an infraction as well, and there would be consequences for it. We've now seen on the BOP's website, the Bureau of Prisons has moved his expected release date from May 8th, 2028 to June 4th, 2028. And these calculations are based on what good behavior credits that you have, and those will move as you have infractions. He's only been there since October 30th, but he apparently...
Hey, so like another month. Wait, yeah, or so. Time will tell. right? Time will tell how he's gonna be acting in there. You know, it's crazy because you think like when he was out on the streets, allegedly, okay, we'll just say that the stuff he was getting away with, or he thought he could get away with, you know, you ain't on the streets no more. So it's like those. That's what I was trying to see too. Some of those bad habits, will they be in prison? Like, will they take a toll on him? You know, because you can't just move around as you please. So, you know, they were talking about time reduced. You know, he entered that program to try to get some of the time off of his sentence, but now he's getting time extended for behavioral. Yeah. Yeah. And again, you can't act like you don't know the rules, especially if they explain them to you thoroughly and you still, yeah. Okay. All right.
From May 8th, 2028 to June 4th, 2028. And these calculations are based on what good behavior credits that you have, and those will move as you have infractions. He's only been there since October 30th, but he apparently has this alcohol issue potentially and this three-way call.
So let's talk about the alcohol issue for a minute, because when we published the story on Friday, we got this information from people who are connected to Diddy right now.
Right.
Okay, right now. And we confirmed with somebody on the outside who has a direct connection to Diddy that it involved substances. And I literally just got off the phone with that person 5-10 minutes ago. The person said, your story about homemade alcohol in the prison, quote, 100% true. So, you know, there's a lot going on here, but we're told now by multiple people, 100% true on the alcohol front, which kind of makes sense. Now they're saying he's committed to sobriety and everything else.
That would be the response you would give without admitting that he had the alcohol.
That's right.
But you would say that to be like...
That's right.
And we also know he's in the residential drug abuse treatment program in the prison. That's part of the report as well.
Which he was also in when he was in New York.
Correct. That was at MDC Brooklyn, and it's now continued at Fort Dix.
So it looks like definitely an infraction for the three-way call, which we now confirmed and was a personal call, and we are told the alcohol story true.
Hi, my name is Erica, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I just feel like Diddy thinks because his celebrity status that he's above the law. He has proven his time after time. I don't see how he didn't know that you couldn't do a three-way call in prison. I'm just not buying it.
Well, you know, I got to say, it's a different culture when you're
and there are
in
different
prison.
rules. I have no idea if there's an orientation. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, exactly, she said oh, sorry.
You don't get a handbook laying out the rules. So, to me, it seems believable that there are going to be some rules you don't know.
5 jokes, I'll avoid.
Good job.
Yeah, just like the girl said, he can't move in prison the way he was moving on the streets. And I think in his mind, he think he still can because of his celebrity status. But we all know the people in there, they don't give a damn. People will do things to you because they're jealous of you. They're jealous of your celebrity status, you know? And then you also got to think about like all the rumors about Diddy. And then you got to think about the stuff that actually came out in court. We all know that this man is extremely freaky. So it might be somebody in there that want to test the waters. That's all they got. That's all they know in there. You know? So it's not... That's why, again, I think he's trying his hardest, or was trying his hardest, to get up out of there. And that he want this pardon because he know it's not going to be easy to you know, what's the word I'm trying to say? Adapt to the prison lifestyle, you know? the playing fields are level in there. Although he still does have his money, I mean, look at how he's trying to get it in there, you know? So he better sit down with somebody and start asking questions about what I can and cannot do. Because if you keep doing this stuff and talking about like, oh, I didn't know, they don't want to hear that in there. Hey, appreciate you guys coming over. This may not be the last time that he does something. So, hey, y'all can find the original video in the description. Peace out.